So I'm standing here in front of the Texan T6, a plane that I've started to like. It's easy to fly, it's a little bit old, you get that old warbird sound, quite like it. It's very nice. This is my first foray into speaking onto a live-ish recording of Flight Simulator. I am on the PS5. I have a controller. I'm not rich enough to go and get myself one of the Thrustmasters, unfortunately. So everything you see is basically off a controller. Me and my headset. That is pretty much it. So let's just jump on in. We've got all the dials here. I am not the greatest at Flight Simulator in any way, shape or form. I don't claim to be. I've got enough knowledge to get myself up off the ground and to land it and to sort of know where I'm going. So that works for me. I don't get to play it too often. It's just a nice way of relaxing for me, I guess. So I do tend to cheat. I don't tend to flick a lot of the switches. I'll have a look around the cockpit at times. But I generally will do all the automatic starting and stopping as it goes at the moment. So we shall start it up to start with. As you can see back there, I have got a passenger who's creepingly looking over the top at her desk, looking at me. Wish she wouldn't. I'm currently at Duxford. I do a lot of my flying out of smaller airports normally. I'm in Scotland, so you'll generally find me flying out of East Fife Airport. I am originally from Brighton and Shoreham, so I tend to do a lot of my flying out of there as well. But I thought for a change, I would fly out of Duxford for a little bit, just to see how it all looks. So we've got a whole lot of new stuff for me going on here. Let's just go and request a taxi.
Ground Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Request taxi for takeoff. Straight out departure. Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Taxi to and hold short of runway 06 right via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 121.605 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 06 right via taxiway Alpha. X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Right, now that's done. I tend to taxi outside of the plane. A lot of people don't like being outside the plane. They say it's a simulator and you have to be in the cockpit the whole time. I say you play it any way you want to, because it's your game at the end of the day. So a little bit of revs, take the parking brake off. And we'll swing it round to the left. Unfortunately, this aircraft I have found does have the turning circle of a boat while it's on the ground. And we shall start heading our way towards the runway. I'll just knock one set of flaps down. That will just help me get off the ground nice and early. You may hear some weird noises in the background. I have a Springer Spaniel and a Cocker Spaniel. They have a habit of walking around on my laminate flooring, making a little bit of noise, but they're currently chilled out, thankfully. This doesn't have autopilot as far as I'm aware, so everything that's going to be getting flown is actually by me, which is a little bit scary. I'm sure I'll get criticised for half the stuff that I do, but what can you do? I'm just here for a bit of fun. Just drop the prop speed a bit. Come to a halt just before the runway. Air traffic control gets a little bit miffed if you just go straight onto the runway.
Tower, Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf Sierra at runway 06, right, ready for departure. Departing straight out.
Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf Sierra. QNH 1018 straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 06 right.
Cleared for takeoff runway 06 right, X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Good stuff. Depending on what I'm flying, I do have a habit of being a little bit leery once I take off. I do like a nice performance takeoff from time to time. Right, we're straight-ish. Bit of power into the cockpit, full power. The tail raises just a little. Straighten that back up a bit. We're doing about 80, so we'll just pull back slightly. Landing gear is going up, and as I say, I like to be a bit leery, so I'm going to keep it relatively flat, build my speed, reach the end of the runway and the M1, and off we go.
X-Ray Golf Sierra. Leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
ATC always want to talk to you when you're doing funny maneuvers.
Tower, Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf Sierra, frequency change.
And let's just connect to Cambridge so that they know what I'm doing.
Cambridge approach, Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf Sierra is type T, 6, 1 miles east of Echo Golf Sierra uniform, 1500. Request flight following.
Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf Sierra. Cambridge approach. Squawk 740 tree.
Squawk 740 tree, X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Nice. Right, now everyone's happy.
Radar contact 2 miles southeast of Echo Golf Sierra uniform 2400. QNH 1018.
Roger, X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Good stuff. Okay. So where are we? We're up about just over 3,000 feet. We'll just try and level off a little bit. And we're currently doing about 120. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go, to be brutally honest. But I don't want to head too far towards London, so we'll just ping off towards the east coast, I think. Thankfully it's Sunday, there's not much air traffic going on. And as I say, a lot of people don't like you jumping out the plane and having a look from the outside, but hey, it's scenic. It looks pretty. Let's go and head up north just a little. Lincolnshire means a little bit to me because my nan was from there. I used to go up there with my dad a lot, go and watch all the RAF bases up there, Coningsby, Waddington, all those, and go and watch a lot of planes flying around. So yeah, I like it up there. If I find an airport up there, I might even land at it. Why not? We'll see where the mood takes us. Hopefully you don't normally get queasy if I do stuff like this. Let's head towards upside down a little bit. Why not? Just because you can. Let's put it in a dive. And as you reach slightly too much airspeed, but we'll just send it up and over the top. As I said, ATC will always want to talk to you while you're doing something at random.
118.475, X-ray Golf Sierra. London Center, Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra, 3700.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra, London Center, QNH 1018. Radar contact continue. X-ray Golf Sierra contact. Cambridge approach on 120.965. Good day.
120.965 for X-ray Golf Sierra.
No, I don't want to tune to Cambridge approach. I'm not going into Cambridge. I don't know why, but you just find flying around like this nice and relaxing. It can get a bit tense when it comes to landing. Sometimes you can nail it, sometimes you definitely don't. As I say, I don't claim to be the best. Should we go and get a little bit closer to the ground? Why not? Let's just point it down a little bit. We'll take a bit of power off. Coming down here just a bit gets us out the murky bit of the early cloud. What's that? Just under 2,500 feet, that'll do. Put a bit more power back on. Don't want to go full power. Cruise power will do, about 80%. You can do that via down here on 87% power, so that's fine. We'll just take the mixture down a bit. Currently heading northeast. I'm not overly sure what's with the fuel gauge in this thing. It never says anything else apart from 34%. I'm wondering if I haven't changed one of the settings so that it's just on unlimited fuel maybe. I might need to fix that. Bury St Edmunds, just down there. I've done a fair few videos before on here, but I've just never really spoken. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, I'm not going to lie. I'm not the most confident of persons, so speaking on a video like this is a little bit off, but hey, I need to push myself, don't I? Well, I'm going to go fully north now, I think. I've come across east enough. Let's head north and see what we can find. What's that down there? Honington? I think that's what that said. Lots of airstrips in this flat part of the world. You see a lot of people doing videos on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and they're all doing the big cargo carriers or travelling long distance on passenger flights and stuff like that. I like to do something a little bit different. I like little aircraft like this. More entertaining, a bit more flying to do. You can't just whack the autopilot on. There's a time and a place for autopilot. Got nothing against it at all. But sometimes you just like to go out and do a bit of flying. I haven't quite yet ventured into the F-18. I have got an A-10 available as well, but I haven't quite got into that yet. I know that the Eurofighter has recently been launched. Again, I'm a working man with a family, so don't really have the funds to get hold of those at the moment. But I've got enough on here. So still travelling north, we've managed to creep up to nearly 5,000 feet. As we have a look around, just having a look for places that I might recognise. Griston Airport. Not quite sure where Griston is. If I was to hazard a guess, I'd say we're Norfolk-ish area. I don't have a map next to me. I do have this. Yes, I'm in Norfolk somewhere. You've got Lakenheath just down to my southwest, Mildenhall. I know that's a big one there as well, so we'll head in that direction and see if we can come across that. So we just need to head northwest. I can't remember for the life of me what the name of that airport is. Marham, that's it. That's where they tend to keep the F-35s with the old hover landing. Hey, maybe we'll just keep the flight short and sweet, maybe, and we'll just fly there and land at the RAF base, maybe. Let's see. We are coming up to Marham, so...
Marham approach. Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 5000.
Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Marham approach. QNH 1019er. Radar contact continue.
X-Ray Golf Sierra flying over Marham.
X-Ray Golf Sierra, cleared to fly over the airport.
So there's Marham, just down there. So we've requested that we fly over, so what I'm going to do is just let off some of the power. We're going to go and have a bit of fun over RAF Marham. This isn't going to be a landing procedure just as of yet. We're going to go and pretend we're doing a little bit of an air display, I guess. So just want to bring it round. Looking to try and get straight in line, almost like you're landing or doing an approach into Marham. I've now put more power back on. Just gonna squidge out. Let's currently about just below 500 feet now. Uh-oh. See, I told you I wasn't very good. Got that just a little bit wrong. But hey-ho, managed to survive it. Not quite sure what I did there. I was going for a roll, but that didn't quite work out. But never mind. We should try again. Flick it up a smidge. I think that's where I went wrong last time. I didn't flick it up. Flicking it up just allows it to, when you do roll over, it naturally wants to drop. I don't think I'm going to attempt any inverted turns in this thing. I'm not quite sure a warbird should be doing inverted turns. Maybe they can, I don't know. But to me, I don't really think it should be. And we'll pop it up. Let's request a landing.
Tower, Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 600 to land.
Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra, Marm Tower. QNH 1019er, make left traffic runway 23.
Right, so we're landing on runway 23.
X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Which is that bit of strip that we were just running down, actually, to be honest. So let's bring the power right down. I'm only just over 1,500 feet. We'll get the landing gear down, just to cause a bit of drag, slow us down a bit further. Not quite ready to turn
X-Ray Golf
just
Sierra,
yet.
wind 049er at 6, clear to land runway 23.
Thank you.
Clear to land runway 23. X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Let's put part of my 5 degrees of flap down. Let's start slowly on the turn. Start properly slowing down now. We're down at 120. Down to 15 degrees of flaps. We're probably just a little bit high, but it's a long runway. The PAPI lights definitely say that I'm too high. We'll put a bit more flaps on. I've reduced the power right down. We're just slowly coming down. Just pull up very slightly just to help slow it down, because we don't want to bump off the runway. Ooh, slight jump. Oh, and we've somehow managed to turn it upside down.
X-Ray Golf Sierra, turn next taxiway.
I find that ATC, that is going to be incredibly unlikely, unfortunately. It's the only problem with having one of these old warbirds where you end up normally having to lean backwards. when you land, you end up braking too hard and tipping your plane forwards, which is what I've done there. So I'm going to leave it there. As I say, I was no professional. My landings aren't normally that bad,
Turn next taxiway.
but I'll just leave you with the image of us upside down, apparently not panicking, in the aircraft. Thanks for watching, and I'll probably see you next time.